Gilbert's Potoroo, also called Potoroo gilberti, is Australia's most endangered mammal. It is classified as Animalia under Kingdom, Mammalia under Class, Pejoria under Family, and Pygilpi under Species. First discovered in 1840 by naturalist Gilbert and recorded again only a few times over the next 40 years, this small rat kangaroo was thought to be extinct since the late 1870s until rediscovered in 1994 at Two People's Bay near Albany on the south coast of Western Australia. John Gilbert recorded seeing hundreds of Potoroos. However, extensive surveys in likely sites along the south coast failed to find any more colonies. The tiny surviving population is now 30 to 40 animals strong and has been the focus of intensive recovery efforts. Gilbert's Potoroo is one of 4 species of Potoroo. There is also the long-nosed Potoroo found in the southern highlands in New South Wales, southwestern Victoria and Tasmania, long-footed Potoroo found on the New South Wales and Victorian coastal border, and broad-faced Potoroo found on the South Australian and Western Australian coast. Gilbert's Potoroo has dense grey-brown fur, paler on the underside, with furry jowls, large eyes, and an almost hairless tail. It weighs around 1 kilogram. Like other Potoroos, these animals are mainly solitary, although a male and a female may be found nesting together under the dense bushland, sometimes with their babies. They may live in 10 years and reach sexual maturity at around 1 year of age. A family Potoroo rears 1 young baby at a time. Gilbert's Potoroo relies on a good supply of its favourite food, truffles, but they will also eat roots, berries or vegetables. Truffles are found just beneath the surface of the soil or down to a couple of inches, which is about as far as Potoroos will dig. Truffles have evolved as bait for mammals because they dig them up, eat them, then spread the spores of the fungus. So, it is beneficial to the ecosystem that the fungus is eaten and spread by a Potoroo. The fungus is very tasty, it's very nutritious, and it even smells good to the Potoroo, allowing it to find the truffle, dig it up and eat it. This food web shows how Gilbert's Potoroo contributes to the food chain of the Two People's Bay ecosystem. The extinction of the Potoroo would affect the travel stocks because the Potoroo spreads the spores and may also affect predators such as the fox or feral cat, as they will no longer have this food source. As Gilbert's Potoroo prefer to live in dense sedges, the greatest threat to Two People's Bay population is catastrophic fire. This happened in 2015. Lightning strikes are common, often without rain, to put the fires out. The popularity of the area with locals and tourists also increase the risk of fire. The rugged terrain and highly flammable vegetation hampered the firefighting efforts, which nearly wiped out the Potoroo population. Ironically, up until 2015, the inaccessibility of the habitat contributed to the Potoroo survival. Potoroos rarely venture in the open habitat, but those leaving cover risk predation by foxes and feral cats, as well as native predators. Gilbert's Potoroo Action Group is a not-for-profit community group hoping to help save Gilbert's Potoroo from extinction. They track and monitor the Potoroos in the wild, working on raising public awareness of the plight of Gilbert's Potoroos, as well as lobbying for more funding to be available for research. Dr. Tony Firm from the Department of Environment and Conservation established an ark population on Board Island and then released Potoroos back at Two People's Bay. The department built a feral-free enclosure, maintained a baiting program, and implemented fire management strategies to avoid a firestorm. As the world's rarest marsupial and Australia's most endangered mammal, it is important that every effort is made to allow the Gilbert's Potoroo colony to thrive in its natural habitat. Gilbert's Potoroo may be small, but is still an important place in Australia's ecosystem. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.